Yo, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back to Appalachia Reactions. Man, listen, all right. Now, see, usually I do like music on this channel or movies, but I'll be honest with you, I just binged the first season of Reacher, right? I took a night off because I'm fucking exhausted. It's been a long week, legit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't used to putting in like 40, 80, 50, 90 hours a week. I'm not used to it no more. All right, and legit, I've been working my ass off. See how tired my face looks? My face look real tired right now. So I took the night off, relax, chill, man. Let me give it a 3-day weekend and get my brain right or whatever. So I just got done watching, you know what I'm saying, like the first season of Reacher on Amazon. It just came out today, and I was like, you know what I can do? You know what I got a reaction channel. I can sit here and react to some of this shit. So you know, what I mean, I'm not gonna sit here and play you any video of it or anything along these type of lines. I'm gonna give you a basic breakdown of what it is. Right, you know what I'm saying? Like my reaction to have watched this, right? Because I'll be real, Amazon's real bitch made about shit, and I can't really like grab any screenshots or anything along these type of lines. They're really ridiculous about that. There's some serious encoding. Then I'm not a hacker. I don't know how to do computer things. You know what I'm saying? Legit, I don't know nothing about no computer things. So, you know what I mean? Like, yo, this show, hang on, man. Yo, this here is Malcolm Goodwell. Man, listen, I got a thing here. I got a thing. Yeah, this is Malcolm Goodwin. All right, and he plays a black cop from Boston who went to Harvard, who's now working in Georgia. And if that's a ridiculous CV, you know what I mean? It just is a ridiculous CV. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. It just, that's completely obscene for no reason. And this show, like 100%, is basically a mix of Lethal Weapon and Standing Tall, right? Like the second Standing Tall with The Rock. Like this is really what this show is. And this dude here is Johnny Knoxville in Standing Tall, or you know, what I mean, the dude who, man, listen, I forget his name now because it's on the tip of my tongue, but I don't remember. The black guy who's like, man, I'm too old for this shit. Kill that guy. Like, legit. Like, yo, that is this dude. But, like, he's a Roman Catholic black guy from Boston who wears tweed suits and doesn't curse. I'll be honest, like, I feel like the character was written, you know what I'm saying, for, like, an Irish cop. And they were like, you know what, we're going to make him black. Which I'm cool with, but you got to change the rest of the character to match it up just a little bit anyway. But, I mean, it kind of works. You know what I mean? If I'm honest with you, the guy, you can tell like he's a well-trained actor. You know what I'm saying? Like he did a lot of acting in his life. All right. This is your prototypical bad guy, right? His name's KJ. He's played by Chris Webster. Again, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, if you remember The Walking Tall, the blonde hair guy, who was also in Band of Brothers, who I loved in Band of Brothers. You know what I mean? Like, I've never seen him in anything I didn't like him in. But this guy here is like, every like bad guy now in all of TV and all of, you know what I mean, like cinema now has to be a white guy with like blonde hair with frosted tips and ice blue eyes. Because, you know, like it's current year, you know what I mean? Like it is what it is, right? And I'll be honest with you, the only thing that you need to know about him is he's a bad guy, right? Literally, like he's such a bad guy, and like I'll be honest, like they just took every trope of like a stereotypical white bad guy and just put it on. He literally gives a speech at one point where he talks about how he went on a safari and killed a rhino, right? Like they just made everything they could to make this guy worse than what he could be. He's a rich guy's son, and that's the end of his development. There's no character development in him whatsoever, right? It's yeah, you know what I mean? Like he's a terribly written character, if I'm real. This guy, hang on, man, I'll tell you his name. Hang on a second. Let me grab his name real quick. You know what I mean? This is Bruce McGill. I've seen him in other things that I liked him in way, way more, right? But he plays the boss hog type, right, in this. You know what I mean? That's kind of what this is. He plays in The Walking Tall, he would have been, you know what I mean, like the bad sheriff is kind of the deal. This is what he plays in this, is the bad sheriff. He actually plays a mayor who makes himself sheriff, right? You know, again, like, yo, just a stereotypical boss hog character. And then, you know what I'm saying, you got Willa Fitzgerald, who's, you know what I mean, named Roscoe. right? It would have been even funnier if her last name was Jenkins, right? Like Roscoe Jenkins, right? Or like, like I know Leroy's the original thing, but like let's keep it a buck. You know what I mean? It'd be just as funny as Roscoe, right? All right. And so let me get to the star of the show. Alan Richton. The only other thing he has ever been in is the Ninja Turtles, right? And his entire character is literally, I'm a military guy, I'm 6'5", and I'm yoked. That's his whole fucking character. They try to turn him into like Sherlock Holmes, if I'm honest with you. They try really, 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 really hard to turn him into, you know what I mean, like Sherlock Holmes. To try to make him like to be a smart guy. But it doesn't work, right? Because like in the end of the day, like you're looking at him and you're like, bruh, you know what I mean? Like, no. Because like even with this picture doesn't do justice for how yoked he is in the show. Like, this makes him look littler than he is because like everybody in the show looks like they're about 4'3" next to him, right? And every joke and every line and everything ever spoken about him is that he's a gorilla, right? And he's a giant dude and he's massive and he's big and he's fucking. That's his whole character. His entire character is that he's big, and they try to give him flashbacks to develop him, but it just doesn't do anything. Right? Legit, like it doesn't do anything to develop the character whatsoever. Right? I mean, like, giving him motivations is not giving him character. It's not building him. And I feel like this was rushed, if I'm honest with you. Like, the show was way more worried about moving the show forward than it was about, like, giving you a good show. Is kind of the deal, right? And that's kind of what I get down to with this show is that you're like, all right, well, every goddamn video now, it's just some fucking technical difficulty happens. It's aggravating the shit out of me. But anyway, right? But yo, the whole show, right, is aimed towards females. Like 100%. And here's the other half. You couldn't get like any characters with a southern accent. Like the whole show is based in the whole show is based in Georgia, right? In this little small town called Marbury, right? Which again, like we get back to like, I know what you're aiming at here, right? Like I know what you're trying to do, but you don't have not a one fucking character with a southern accent. Like the entire show is literally based down south, and there's not one fucking character with a southern accent. Like, the main character is a military guy, so like he's not gonna have an accent because military motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Like they don't have accents, right? You know what I mean? Because like, you know, they're fucking international citizens and shit, whatever. I don't care, right? They're American, America, like, right? And then like fucking the cop or the detective dude, which by the way, like his whole entire character makes 0 sense, right? Yo, none, makes no sense whatsoever, right? He literally like utilizes Reacher is like a CI, and I'm not giving you any like spoilers at all, right? Because like legitimately, like he arrests him and then immediately like puts him on the street and like puts him to work, right? And there's no motivation for Jack Reacher to do any of this shit in the beginning, right? And then there's no motivation for, you know what I mean, like the cop to fucking stand here and act the way he does. And there's like, I know cops. Cops are territorial. They don't give out like the ability for citizens just to do whatever the fuck they want. That never happens. Ever. Right? Like if you do some shit, like the cops will be mad at you, just do some shit in general. And like there's a lot of bodies dropped in this motherfucker. Like the whole thing, like the amount of suspension of disbelief you have to have for this fucking show is ridiculous. Right? Because like, I don't believe you can go to Georgia, to Marbury, whatever it is, right? And like be in that town more than like a minute before you're, how y'all's doing? Right? And like, that's it. Right? Because like I've been to fucking Georgia. Like I've been to like Albany, Georgia. Like this is down by Georgia. This is Georgia, Georgia. This is Alabama line, Georgia. Right? This is Georgia. Right? This is not, you know what I'm saying? Like fucking Atlanta. Right? You know what I mean? Where even then, you're still going to have a fuck ton of people with an accent. And the only people you really have with an accent in this entire goddamn show is the Boss Hog Mayor dude. And I'm not giving out any spoilers for this bitch. Like, legit. I'm just throwing in my complaints. Right? I mean, because like, if you like popcorn flicks, and I love popcorn flicks. Like, I'm a Fast and the Furious fan at the end of the day. Right? I love good popcorn flicks. Right? But I'll be honest with you. Like it gets kind of ridiculous. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it gets kind of like tough guys don't look explosions type of motherfucker. It gets kind of ridiculous and shit. You know what I mean? It really does. But yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I'll be honest. You know what I mean? Like, I'll probably watch the second season. You know what I mean? Mostly because like there's nothing to fuck else on. Right? But you know, it's just, man, listen. It's a ridiculous show. Like, it really is. It's fucking completely ridiculous. I recommend you watch it. You know what I'm saying? Like, go check it out. It's on Amazon Prime. It just came out today. You know, see what you think in the end of the day. Like, see, you know what I mean, how you feel about it. You know, it is what it is. Anyway, yo, look. Tom Pease with Appalachian Reactions. Hope you enjoy. I'm going to holler at y'all later. Peace.